Hello, my fellow Cowboys fans, and welcome to this edition of Cowboys Imperial Report. I am the Emperor Marcus Aurelius Maximus, and on today's show we're going to be talking about the Cowboys matchup against the Eagles in this season finale at 3:15 Cowboys Standard Time on Fox. Join me after the break with a discussion. Well, no, I got to do the crow thing too for the Ravens. Yeah, join me after the break for some crow.
This is you. This is you on drugs. A public service announcement brought to you by the CNS, Cowboys Imperial Report, and YouTube.
Alright, now let me explain what happened. I delegated my post-game report to Big D 3194. I gave him access to my account. I says, alright, would you go ahead and do my report? Because I'm going to be in Cincinnati seeing a dear friend that's about to go off to Iraq. I won't see the game at all. So no matter what happens, please do my post-game report. Well, we lost. What does that have to do with anything? Well, it makes it seem like that I'm dodging crow. Big D 3194 was not able to. He wasn't able to do the report. So, consequently, I look bad, but I don't care. He said he was sick. It is what it is. I don't care about it because I'm going to eat my crow now, and that's the way that it is. I can't believe I didn't see the game. Admittedly, I got a phone call from Halen in the middle of dinner with her. My friend, and Halen saying we're up 7-0. I'm like I'm not even seeing the game. I don't even know what's going on. And he said, well, that's okay. Keep doing whatever you're doing, and we'll win the game. Well, I must not have been doing it. But anyway, from the highlights that I saw, it's astounding to me what happened. Let's forget Romo throwing 2 picks. You want to talk about that? Do you really want to talk about that? He throws a pick to Ed Reed. Next play, where's Sacks? Flacco, we recover at the 5-yard line. Pretty good play to me. To me, that nullifies the pick. So it's 2-1. And I'm not talking to you haters of Tony Romo who are fans of other teams. I'm talking to you haters of Tony Romo. You critical Diogenes individuals who constantly harp and criticize Tony Romo over every little thing. It's disgusting. To me, it was a 2-1. He threw 2 touchdowns, and he kept us in the game at the end. But what blew us out of the game? Well, the 70-plus yard touchdown runs by Willis McGahee and then some guy named McClain. McClain, I thought that was the protagonist in Die Hard, played by Bruce Willis. McClain, who's that? And our defense let that happen. How's that Romo's fault? Well, it was Romo's fault because he wears number 9, and he's got the mole on his face, and he dated Jessica Simpson, and he chokes in December, and he chokes in big games. What did he have to do with any of that? Nothing. I'd have loved to have seen what would have happened if our freaking defense would have held, and then we'd have been and then you could have legitimately blamed it on Romo if we couldn't have drove down the field and kicked the winning field goal. But you can't blame any of this on Romo. I don't know what happened with that other pick. I don't know if they got 3 to 7 points out of it. But I know that first Ed Reed pick was actually a gain. Oh, twist it whichever way you want to. Twist it whichever way you want to. I know how it goes. You look at it on its face, and it's the most horrendous thing in the world. But it was actually a good thing. It was actually, we moved the ball, as strange as it sounds, better than we could have if it were complete. Thanks to Wearsack. How's that? Does that work for you? No, it never works for you. The only thing that works for you is continuous decline so that you'll have something to talk about, because God forbid anything ever happened good, because then if it does, you got to find the next bad thing leaping over the horizon. So it's actually terrible for you people when the Cowboys do good, because then you got to figure out what's going on that you got to look for that's negative next. Did I eat enough crow yet? I don't think so. Flacco, a rookie quarterback coming into Texas State, last game in Texas Stadium, and he wins. That's a good quarterback, I gotta tell you. and that's a good team in the Baltimore Ravens. And on that night, and maybe for this season, the Cowboys sucked. How's that? Am I done now? Yes. Let's go to the interview.
Welcome to Cowboys Imperial Report, Big D 3194, the Al Neary of the Maximus Nation. How are you doing after the Baltimore loss?
I'm hanging in there. That was definitely a tough one for the last game in Texas Stadium, but I'm looking forward to Philly. I think all the Cowboys fans are.
Well, this Philly game, I'm telling you, man, I don't know what kind of feel I have for this team. I don't know if they're going to go in there and give the game away. I don't know if they're going to go in there and crush the Eagles. I don't know what to feel. I can't gauge this team anymore. What do you feel?
I think everyone has been surprised this year with the expectations we had and how up and down our season is. Yeah, I mean, I can't gauge the team either. They're, when they're hot, they're hot. When they're not, they're not. And how stupid it sounds, it's true. But I just think that they just need to go in there and focus at the task at hand, which is a win, and just win, you're in. That's all that matters. Just keep that on the brain. Win, you're in.
I don't want to talk playoffs yet. We still have one game to go. So what do you see being the key in this game?
I'm going to go ahead and go with the defense because we've been riding them hot until the end of that Baltimore game. But I think after a showing like that in the last game at Texas Stadium, our defense is playing so good, coming up. And pretty much, I'm not going to say they lost the game for us, but they didn't put us in the position we needed to be in to win. I'm going to say they're going to come out strong. And DeMarcus Ware is going to be hungry, and Ken Hamlin's going to be hungry. And Brady James is going to be hungry after getting that stiff arm. And Ratliff is going to be hungry. I think our defense is really going to stop the Eagles. And, it might not be a high-scoring game, but we're definitely going to put a hurting on them.
Yes, it would be nice to put a hurting on the Eagles, as you put it. It would also be nice to see DeMarcus Ware, who has 20 sacks leading the league, go ahead and get those what is it, 3 sacks?
I think it's 3, yeah.
Yeah, 3 sacks to break Strahan's record there. What do you think? Is he going to do it, man?
You're asking me to call it?
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and say that if he does, we will win. I'll give you that. If DeMarcus Ware gets the 3 sacks, the Cowboys will win.
Well, now, he did get 3 sacks against the Rams this year, and we got killed by him. But yeah, I think with Romo in the game, definitely if Ware gets in there and gets some sacks, we're more than likely going to win this game. But you also have to figure in Brian Westbrook. What do you see happening with him?
I think that we've all kind of realized with Brian Westbrook that, the NFL has realized he's a receiver lined up in the backfield. I know they're kind of giving him the ball more on the run, but I just think if you just tell DeMarcus Ware, hey, that's your guy. Or even now that we have Anthony Spencer, another athletic linebacker that can I don't know if he's necessarily great in pass coverage, but Brian Westbrook doesn't run deep routes or stuff. He kind of chills around, close to McNabb and gets the dump offs. And I say if you say, Spencer or Ware, one of you guys that's your man. Don't
right, put a spy on him.
Pitched in the backfield, handed off, just spy him. That's your man. I think that if you put one athletic guy on him that can tackle him in the open field, you pretty much take care of him.
Yes, absolutely. What do you see the score being?
The score, it's so weird because with the Cowboys this year, the score could be, was it 39-41 or whatever it was, or it could be 10-13. So I'll go somewhere in the middle. I'll say Cowboys win this one. Cowboys win this one 28-17.
Big D 3194. Thank you for being on Cowboys Imperial Report.
Thanks a lot, Em. I just want to say it's been a great season, and I wouldn't want it any other way than it coming down and playing those dastardly Eagles.
Good one.
Well, thank you, Big D 3194, for doing that interview. I really appreciated it. And I haven't seen the news. Don't get on to me because I see what he's doing. He's a bandwagon fan. He doesn't know what's going on. Notice how when the Cowboys lose, he's not paying attention anymore. No, just spending that last weekend with that dear friend of mine. You know, it's just football. It doesn't matter. It just hasn't mattered for me in about a week. So that's the truth of the matter here. So that's why I don't know exactly what's going on, but I do know that if we lose, we're out. And I know that Witten has the ankle problem. Romo had the flu thing. This very well could be my final Cowboys Imperial report of the season.